so bad too, because the videos aren't meant to portray that. They don't want you to know what they went through. They don't want you to know any of that, because then they know that you're probably not going to get into it.
But when you try to pick a character you want to be, what comes with that? The problem that character also experiences.
It's an illusion. You're living in an illusion.
We were so obsessed with this idea of become the best version of ourselves so badly, but we didn't realize that what we're actually doing is we're just falling into a trap. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bros Think Big podcast. This is the show where we talk about the simple and yet complicated ideas of self-improvement. Tune in and join us as we become the best versions of ourselves so that you guys can too. Remember to like and subscribe for more. I want to go into a quick little story time, all right? And I want to know if they find this to be a little bit familiar. Junior year of high school, right? I'm not really liking the way school's looking. And I'm picking out college. I have to decide which one I'm going to be going to. And it's just a really stressful process, and I'm not feeling it, right? So what do I tend to? What do I go away to? Making money online, right? Starting a business. That's what I want. I stumble across drop shipping. I'm like, woo, yeah,
TikTok.
Maybe this is my way out, right? How did I find out about drop shipping? Well, everyone has TikTok. I'm scrolling through, and I'm just seeing this. After scroll, it just
Best business model.
jet ski, beach,
Quickest
palm
get
tree,
rich quick scheme.
all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, man, this is my get out.
It was that easy.
This is my escape.
It was that easy.
Dropshipping is what's gonna get me out of here. So I just keep scrolling. I want more of it. I'm scrolling. I'm like, this guy is also doing it. He's on a jet ski. He has so many women around him. This guy too. I mean, look at the palm trees. He's got these cool cars. Oh wow, look at this guy's watch. And wait a minute. I just watched all these fucking TikTok these Instagram reels and TikToks, but what now? Like, I've just been given this motivation really to make a difference in my life, but zero action was actually taken. And this is the same thing that a lot of people are gonna do. They're gonna want to find another side that they're interested in, and they're gonna say, "I'm gonna pursue this," but instead of actually going for the work, they're just gonna keep watching this cheap fucking dopamine. And we've said this multiple times before, but where does that really get you? Think about it.
Just an illusion, really.
It's a trap. That's why this video is called the self-improvement trap, or mental masturbation. Yeah, your favorite part, isn't it?
But you're mentally masturbating, guys.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's funny too, because in theory, you could theoretically say that this is also technically mental masturbation. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how to snap out of that, because I think everyone has gone through that, especially if that's the type of content that you consume, where it's just jet skis, all these cool cars, millionaire lifestyle. It's just like a fucking Instagram page that says mindset hustle. This is how you make it out the fucking matrix, 9-to-5 slave job.
It's like let me get motivated real quick, and then an hour proceeds. Shit.
You watch those David Goggins motivational videos. You try to get as much motivation as possible from those like videos on Instagram, Reels.
I just need to get a little bit more motivated. Then I'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need a little bit more. Like, this is like, I'm there, but I need a little bit more.
I just want to see what
But
my
there's never
lifestyle
enough,
will look
yeah,
like.
but-
Yeah. Let me see what
What
my
about
lifestyle
that
will look
next
like.
video though? What if it's better? Oh,
Something like, and it's really close to home for me, because I'm speaking about this from experience. Obviously, like, I was the drop shipper, etc. And when I was drop shipping, I would do like one thing on my website a day. I would try to devote like 2 hours a day to it. And I think the cycle ended up going like 1 hour to actually drop shipping, and then like another hour to watching TikTok. And the worst part is you feel so bad about it after. Like, it's kind of like porn in the way that you're just like, you feel so shameful of yourself and what you just did.
And you understand you wasted time.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, you could have done something there, but you chose to get your dopamine up and waste
that,
time.
like, just scrolling through the videos is the furthest thing that's going to get you from actually achieving that lifestyle that you see, these fucking jet skis, these watches, these
And it's like
cars.
the thing is too, like, you see that type of stuff, and all of a sudden you want those things when you didn't even want them before.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we have these materialistic desires that we never wanted in the fucking first place.
Right.
It's like when Andrew Tate started coming around in like 2022, popping up on our feeds, talking shit, you know what I mean? Promising us, like, if you listen to what I say, if you like work hard, blah blah blah, like, you can live this life, like, it's possible for you.
Right.
And then those people behind the screen are like, listen to that, like, yes, like, I want to do that too, right? And like, they start thinking about it, like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want the car, I want the girls, I want to do all that stuff too. But then you realize what comes with that. What do you actually have to do to come with that? People don't talk about the work that you have to put in. People talk about just the end result, just the output. But what's the input?
everybody want to be a millionaire. but ain't nobody wanna do the work. How does it go with Coleman?
I think it's something like that.
It's something
Something
like
Pretty
that.
accurate, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but nobody want to lift these heavy ass weights.
it's like
There you go.
There we
I remember. I think Sadula, I don't know if you mentioned it to me last week, but it's like with the Elon Musk thing. No one really like. If you knew what Elon Musk was going through, you wouldn't want to be Elon Musk.
Exactly.
Because like, yes, he has all these things, but what's going on inside his head? Can he sleep at night? Can he like? What is he doing throughout the day? Like, is it like mentally challenging for him?
How many
Exactly.
friends does he have?
It's like I especially did this a lot, like mental masturbating. Like we would go through periods and stuff like that. Like from my experience, I would go through periods of watching, like sitting on my grimy fucking PC table, and like watching like Andrew Tate videos, Imangaji, Hamza videos all day long, thinking I'm being productive, right? But then I'd close it off, and I'd be like, what's next? What do I do now? Oh, well, I got to do the work. What's the work I have to do?
Right.
What's my purpose? Okay, and then I'm just like, okay, what's my purpose? Look up a video. How to find purpose? And then you watch that video, trying to get someone to tell me what my purpose is, what I have to do to find purpose. And it's like, people were sitting here watching us, right? The viewers sitting here watching us, being like, okay, I want to learn something from these guys, right? But if you're not after this, like, you know what I mean, like going out and doing your thing, going out and achieving your goals, then it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Putting
Like,
it
that,
Like, why
practice.
even learn in the first place? Yeah, if you're not gonna apply any of it.
exactly. Like we sit there and like we feel good. It's like we feel excited about wanting to achieve our goals, but it's like once we feel that little bit of friction, that little bit of resistance towards that, we fall. We don't expect that. It's like when we try to become a character too. Like we mentioned this in our "How to Become the Best Version of Yourself" video. It's like when you try to pick a character you want to be, you also, what comes with that, the problems that character also experiences. So
Right.
instead of, oh, like I want to be this person, blah blah blah, I want this
I want the
girl,
things
I
they
want this
have,
car.
Yeah.
It's like you want all these things, but what comes with that? What are the struggles? What are the hardships that comes with that? Because once you actually start to try to do the work, you're like, nah, I don't feel like doing this. I'll do it tomorrow.
It's
So-
so bad too because the videos aren't meant to portray that. They don't want you to know what the work is that they went through. They don't want you to know any of that because then they know that you're probably not gonna get into it in the first place. You can't have all of these great fucking things without putting in great amounts of work to get it in the first place. And it's so dangerous too because a lot of people that are struggling with this and they just keep seeing these reels and it's hard to turn off of them in the first place too because they're meant to grab your attention.
Right.
They got like it's these
They
creators
tell
with
you
new
the
like
good side. They show you the good
Exactly,
side
yeah,
because
they
nobody wants to see the
literally-
bad side.
Literally, it's just a brand new shiny.
turn this up.
Yeah, thank you. It's just brand new like shiny cars, and the creator
Nice
just got
watches.
like exactly like creator just got like a Sony 6500 Model 10 camera. They're meant to grab you in, but it's really just keeping you away from what you actually have to do.
You know, it's actually insane. Like, you guys know, like, I was in Hustles University making Andrew Tate videos. It's like, I talked to Sadula about this a lot, about, like, my purpose and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and about, like, I don't actually want, like, the materialistic lifestyle. I don't actually, like, want these fancy cars. I don't actually want to go to, like, all these crazy places. I don't actually want that lifestyle. Like, I really don't. And where did it come from? It came from watching these videos, watching these people put those desires in my head. And I really had to think. I got stuck for like a
Well, you
while.
believe that's the only definition of success. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
But what is your symphony of success? What is your success? Because everyone's is different, right? But I mean, we're all more alike than different. You know what I mean? So it's like, stop trying to look for people to tell you what your purpose is, and go and find it yourself, and like, go and see what that work requires. You know what I mean?
And you're only
Love it.
gonna learn that by actually going out there in the first place. You can't keep watching these YouTube videos of someone telling you like that's the problem with learning all this shit. You watch one YouTuber, you're like, ooh, they said some great things. Let me watch the other before I actually do anything. Ooh, I like this video too. Maybe there's another one on the other side. You're still not applying anything to even like discover anything about yourself. You haven't gotten a step closer to figuring out your purpose. You've just watched 30 more videos.
I feel like the process sometimes, like, oh yeah, I just watched a video about mental masturbation. I heard these guys talk. That means I conquered it. I watched a video about it, guys. That's how it feels. Sometimes, maybe not a lot of times. I don't know.
Those things like make you arrogant too. It's like, oh, like this is my feed is now motivational stuff. Like I'm learning, and it's like, oh, I'm better than people. Oh, they don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm
Your
on like a
feed
better
is-
journey than them. I'm gonna do better than them in life.
Yeah.
Your feed watching women twerk. Mine,
Then they're
mine
fucking.
I'm watching people get rich.
It's the same people
Oh,
that
you
are
still
leaving
beat your dick?
I got, bro. They're leaving fucking comments on people's like other pages saying you're gonna live a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, shit like that. Like it's just such a false perception of what you actually want. And going back to that, that voice guy, going back to that with how you said like that's not what you actually want. I guarantee you that 99% of the viewers that are watching, what they actually want is just freedom.
Right.
So you need to really just get off of these videos, and you need to start applying the things that's gonna get you to that.
It's not even just videos too. Like I wanna tell a story real quick. It's 2022, right? And I got an Amazon package. There's 2 books in there. 2 books in there. I'm so excited. I go upstairs to my room. I open up the package.
And two of the greatest
Laws
books
of Human
too.
Nature and the 48 Laws of Power. Oh yeah, I'm about to be successful, guys. I open the books and I look through the chapters, blah blah blah, looking at them, seeing through it, and then what I do next? Put it down, right? And I go on my phone and start scrolling. I forget about those books for months and months. I still haven't, like, I only read the 48 Laws of Power, but I forget it because I was just like trying to get the pages done, right? I never even read I read a little bit of the Laws of Human Nature, but I still never really finished the books after a year and a half of having them. And it was just me like buying the book. Like I notice this now, like I buy books and I'm just like, oh, like I can't wait to read this. And it's like when I actually start to read it, it's just like I feel the friction. I'm just like, ugh. And then I go on my phone to cope.
What kind of friction is it?
It's like
Not understanding.
when it's like not stimulating. So what I started doing, right, is on my phone, instead of coping, I literally deleted YouTube and Instagram off my phone completely. Because what I would do is whenever like I felt like friction, I wanted to cope or some shit like that, I'd go on my phone, go on Instagram, start scrolling, or if I have Instagram deleted, I'd go on YouTube and go into shorts. Like it's just like I don't want to do it, but why am I coping so hard? Like why? It's like this is what it takes to like actually do what I gotta do. Show up every day and read. Show up every day and make videos. Show up every day and work out.
Right.
It applies to like all areas of your life. Like when you wanna build a great physique, you picture in your head, you see all these like for me,
builders.
yeah, for me it was like I used to watch like David Late a lot, and like I'd see his like crazy physique. I was like, oh, like yeah, I'm working out to do that. I actually stuck with working out though. Working out was actually like pretty easy to stick with because it was fun. But it's like when I watch like anime and shit, like they have like crazy physiques. It's like fake, but it's just like it's kind of cool.
It's literally like perfect, the best.
Yeah,
physique you can
it's
ever
got
have.
like and like I would want to like reach up to that expectation, and it just, I mean, of course it wouldn't like be completely like that. So it's just like you get discouraged. So it's like
It's an illusion. You're living in an illusion.
Yeah,
exactly. Like,
and it's funny too because me and Frick are like we're literally fucking victims of this. We are like we both mentioned
it's
it.
not my fault, guys. I swear.
We're victimizing ourselves, maybe so, but like this, we were so obsessed with this idea of self-improvement. We want to become the best version of ourselves so badly, but we didn't realize that what we're actually doing is we're just falling into a trap, because that's what this is. It's an illusion. It's a trap. It's a power, really. I like to think of it that, and with great power comes great responsibility. So the power lies within using it the right way, and that would actually be using these videos that you see to give yourself the right idea of what you want your life to really look like when you are the so-called best version of yourself, right? Whatever that may be for the individual. It's not there for you to overstimulate yourself with just cheap fucking dopamine. It's there to give yourself that idea.
So, like, what I've been doing basically to kind of like, so when you have these tasks you have to do every day, let's say reading, let's say, okay, making your meals, meal prep, or anything, right? Go to the gym. What we have to do is make those things stimulating, make those things our dopamine reward system. So it's like, I don't really know like the scientific terms or whatever, but if like, those are the things that need to give you dopamine. We need to make sure.
Endorphin.
What is it?
Adrenaline, yeah.
Something like that, right?
It's another hormone.
Dopamine is
Endorphin too.
Endorphin is adrenaline.
So it's like
adrenaline, yeah.
Oh,
you have to kind of just start getting rid of like
It's
all
like
those stimulating stuff.
related to adrenaline.
My fault.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you have
You
to
learned
get
that
rid
from
of
Huberman,
the
right?
stimulating stuff.
I
You
heard
just
that
need to
from Huberman,
transition
yeah.
what is really stimulating, like transition the videos into working out and like find ways to enjoy that shit. Maybe not necessarily
dude,
getting rid of
You
it.
know, I was literally watching Huberman today in the car. He said, try not to overstimulate yourself with dopamine before an activity or after the activity, because what happens is that then the activity doesn't really become enjoying. What happens is it's the reward that is enjoying even more.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't love the process, only the result, you're
That's
kind of
why
falling behind.
exactly. That's why he really says it. The after too.
Yeah.
Before
have
is
to
just as
really-
important,
yeah.
but after is
Exactly.
huge too. Because
So
it's
you
that
have to be
same
during the
output.
moment.
Exactly. Yeah. Enjoy the process. The person that loves the journey is always going to go further than the one that loves the destination.
Exactly.
My favorite part was journeying through YouTube to find an answer for myself.
Yeah, that's facts.
Like,
Like, dude, YouTube literally targets all those influencers, such a broad people, and you're
Yeah.
an individual
Yeah.
who wants different things, and you listening to somebody else telling you what you have to be, dude, it's like it's confusing. It's gonna confuse you so much. And I mean, it's better to watch successful people than degenerates, but you can also get trapped in with the big people and call yourself productive, but in reality you're in the hole.
Yeah, and it's I love how you mentioned that too, because people will even see it in our shout out too. But like what the successful people did, that you may have a different path that'll get you that same success, whatever it is. I mean, how many ways are there to get to 10? We'll see
Right.
that later, right?
We'll see that later.
It's fucking crazy too.
I also fell into a trap of like this, like watching so many videos and stuff. When I started detailing business, I wanted to see videos and stuff of how to properly wash a car, and it's like those little details that matter to not scratch the car, all that kind of stuff. And I learned so much, but then since I learned all those little things that you have to do to make it look perfect and all that kind of stuff, then I fell into a trap of thinking, all right, now I need to learn so much more, so I learn a perfect way to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna fuck something up.
Yeah.
And I was afraid of doing something bad with the car, and then I lose a customer. Then the customer doesn't tell anybody else. Boom, my business goes down. But in reality, it's not like that. As a beginner, you will fuck up one way or another.
Exactly.
I literally watched all those videos, and then I would do a detail. I would still fuck up. It's like I only learn at the moment, but when you do it in practice, it's so different. Like they will teach you how to do something, but when you actually do it yourself, you will still fuck up. You don't really learn. You just know the theory of it, but when it comes to practice, it's so much different.
You could watch LeBron James take like 100
Right.
3 free throws, and then I can put you out there, and you're only gonna make like 10 of them. While
And I
LeBron
still have to start from
LeBron
the
made
zero.
like
Just
what,
because I watched the
70,
video
right, or
doesn't
something
mean
like
I
that.
got so high.
Exactly, yeah.
You
But
learned something.
why
but
does
not
that?
much.
Why does it work like that? Why is it that I just watch LeBron make 70 out of 100, but when I'm out there, I've never shot a ball before. I'm only making 10.
Exactly.
It's like easy to watch the video, but
Yeah,
when you
I
actually
know,
put the
right?
work
So
in, it's
easy.
just like, I didn't expect it to be like this. You know what I mean?
No, it's one simple thing. It's like 1,000 self-help books won't help. There's 100 sales books won't help. You'll learn more in 100 sales calls than you will in
Yeah.
100
Then in 1,000
Fuck,
books.
I messed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
messed
you'll
up.
learn more
Yeah,
in
you
100
said-
sales
you will.
calls than you will in 1,000 sales books.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to learn. Like we're not like
Oh,
saying
absolutely,
not to learn from
absolutely,
YouTube,
yeah.
not to learn from books,
Yeah,
but
don't
it's the
get that
difference
message,
between
guys.
like, are you learning to cope? Are you learning to escape? Or are you just like
That's a
trying
big
to escape
word.
from the work?
Cope, yes,
But knowledge
that's
without
perfect.
experience is nothing. It's lost knowledge. You just know it. You don't know how to actually perform something. You know the difference between wisdom and knowledge. Wisdom is actual experience, going through the shit that you learned. But knowledge is just anybody can have knowledge. To be honest, like everybody can memorize something
Yeah.
from a book. We have the ability to.
Yeah. So like for example, you guys know Luke Belmar. His brother, his name is Mr. like Nate Belmar.
Oh really?
And
I
he's
didn't
like
even
into
know
like biohacking and stuff like that. And I actually I really love his content.
that. What is biohacking?
It's like, I don't know, how do I explain it? It's like optimizing like your health. It's like using
Ways that are not typical of
Okay.
helping your health.
Like
So
different,
it's like-
different paths.
so like
something that's
bio-
unusual.
As Mike would say,
biohacking.
I remember Mike would sometimes, dude, I tried this new potion. He goes,
Oh yeah,
I should remember."
I'm getting there, right? So Nate Belmar would put out potions, right? Because he's like into like the herbs and he's into like it's fucking insane, right? I love that shit, right? But
Like very natural stuff. That's
yeah,
for
he's
your-
like
that's
making
good for
like
your
stuff
body.
that's like original, and it's kind of cool. And he like also like likes animes, which is like I kind of can resonate with. So it's like I'd watch he like put out like potions or whatever and explain them, and I'd be like, oh wow, like I want to do that. I want to make that one too. And for the longest time, I didn't like make any of them because I didn't have the ingredients, and second, it's just like I
Just
was
didn't
I
buy
was just saying, yeah, I'm gonna do that too, guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this morning, I actually made one of the potions this
Let's
morning,
go.
and
What consisted of it?
It was warm water with apple cider vinegar, lemon, wild pressed oregano, and chlorophyll. And it was I drink it first thing in the morning.
That does sound
just
like
so I
a
can
fucking
clean out my.
potion.
Yeah, that's
It's
like
like-
healing
it's like-
energy shit, bro.
It's just for like it's like a
Chug
super
jug.
antioxidant, right?
It's a chug jug.
100, 100.
Dude, no, it was like wild pressed
It's a chug jug.
wild pressed oregano. That shit burns your skin. So it's like when I sipped it,
Cider too, apple
That's
cider.
why you have to.
not as bad.
that's why
No,
you
not
have
as
to put
bad,
so
but that
little, right?
also that
I
just
put like
amplifies
2
it.
drops, and like still like when I had to sip it, I couldn't like chug it.
Right.
Sipping it, even my lips would fucking burn, bro.
And your throat too.
Yeah, but the point of this is to say that it's like when you learn something, apply it. Go and implement that shit, right? So right now I'm reading the book, the Compound Effect, and it's saying about putting those little steps in during the day, right? That can lead to overnight success 3 years from now,
Yeah.
right? So it kind of like made me want to achieve my daily goals even more. It's not like is that mental masturbating in a sense? Like what I
Kind
Well,
of.
Well, you wanting to achieve something that you read from a book or learned
Yeah.
it from a video isn't technically mind masturbation. It's only when you are, when you cope with yourself and
Repetitively.
you say, repetitively saying I'm productive, but in reality, you are not productive at all. All
Yeah.
you do is consume, but you don't really do anything
Mhm.
outside of it.
I want to give another perspective of mental masturbation.
Let's go.
So
Let's get
it's the state that you get into with your friends and peers, where you spend ridiculous amounts of time analyzing yourself, the world, and trying to figure out your lives, hoping to have some major breakthrough that will solve everything. And that last part, those last 5 words, is everything. I think when I think of mental masturbation, it's the idea that you think you're going to get a major breakthrough from that video. Your story with the cleaning, you thought that this one video will change your whole game.
Exactly.
Your story, you thought you could watch one informational dropshipping video that you haven't heard about, and that you would get a millionaire. Your story, fuck, I don't know. With
I mentioned a couple of them. The laws of human
Laws
the
of
books.
human nature. You think something you'd read there, you would just.
I thought I could
From there
manipulate
now.
people the next
Yeah.
day with that book.
It's thinking. That's the problem. That's it. It's coping. You can say it's coping, and I absolutely agree. But I think it's that back intertwined idea that humans are just naturally, from the laws of human nature. Actually, I learned humans evolutionary just believe things happen like this. They believe it's possible. We all know it's not, right? It takes time, and with every story, yeah, you might learn how to manipulate somebody, but you think you're gonna read in a book and you just know. No, you gotta actually go through that shit. One great example for me, I haven't provided an example. I was thinking of one. I was like trying to consider. I would watch a fucking website tutorial on how to do this, and I swear to God, especially, I think you can all relate with tutorials. They make it look so fucking easy. Like, oh,
Yeah.
just press this button and it works. And I guess it's a different story with computers, because sometimes fucking computers just don't make sense sometimes.
Not
know
for
what I
you,
mean?
yeah.
Not for me. So it's like, oh, there we go, it works. And then I try the same shit, take like 40, 50 minutes to figure it out. But guess what? I learned 5 times more by it being a problem than I did with it working out right away, because that shit would have just went right through my mind. Me having to figure out that problem was the
It always
best
sticks to
thing
your
that
mind.
happened to me. It's the best thing,
Yeah,
because I promise
seriously.
if that situation happens again, you bet your ass I'm going to know how to do it.
And the best part is, like, attempt 1, it'll take you 10 minutes longer than expected, right? The tutorial took 3. It takes you 10. Attempt 2, after you've done it the first time, is going to be like attempt 5 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously, like that's a
Just goes
drastic
down
fucking
and down.
seriously, because you're getting better and better and better. That's why it's so critical to even get out there in the first place. Funny enough, I have another story. It's
Don't you
similar thing
ever
with-
dare watch a fucking tutorial and not do what they're saying at the same time, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't
need
just watch a
yeah.
tutorial and
You will
not
forget
be 100%.
It's like you can't learn a lesson just once. You got to keep learning it over and over and
Mhm.
over again until it just smacks you right in the mitt. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you know what? Something too about mental masturbation is like those TikTok edit videos, the audios. When I used to go to the gym, right? I used to like on the car listen to like these like crazy SoundCloud anime edits, like oh,
Same.
like I am God, like and, like they're fucking like saying like I can win, like there's shit in the
The
background.
city needs me.
Yeah, the city needs me. I'm fucking Batman.
Oh, we're gonna
Dude,
conquer.
that shit is such a mental masturbation,
That's
bro.
low-key
It's just like,
facts. That's low-key
like
facts,
you're in the
bro.
car, you're
Right.
just like you're going to the gym, you better work out. It's like you think like you're Batman, bro.
But then when that music turns off or whatever,
Yeah,
they'll edit,
dude.
and you actually step into the reality of actually doing it, you feel so lost. You don't
It's
know
crazy.
what to do.
Like
It's like a moment thing.
You start your
I
fucking
ain't with
workout.
you.
You're supposed to get 12
I ain't
reps.
with
You
you.
could. You
Why?
only.
I think it
It's
just.
waking
I
up
think
from a
it
dream
varies
It's a
sometimes.
style.
sometimes.
It's a style
For you,
some
it might
people.
be mental masturbation. For me, it might actually help my lift, and I can prove that it's helped.
Like, what do you mean help your lift?
I can do more.
If that's what
weight.
gives you more energy, then yeah. Like obviously, for some people, it's just
Music
a
is
style
energy,
or it's a
remember?
preference.
It gives me
preference.
energy.
Sorry.
But it's like
Give
someone
me
else's words are motivating you, not your own words.
And I can do just as well without it. But if it can help me and it can contribute, what's wrong with it? But I think that's also because you
Of
have
course,
a different.
yeah. If it helps
that's the
you,
thing,
man, go for
why
it.
I
Same way
didn't
if it
really
helps them.
share a big mental because I like this motivational shit. For some people, they just listen it for motivation. No, I just like the idea of it. You know, it gets
It's
me
very
going.
stimulating.
Creed, the movie Creed and Creed 2 will get me to do 1,000 push-ups. I swear to God.
But could you do it
What?
without it?
Yeah. What?
Yes.
Just do the 1,000 push-ups.
I don't think you
Yeah.
can do it as much.
I wouldn't.
Do you
Do
think
it,
if you
what?
were lifting heavy weights, you would do it better
Well, I
without the music?
experimented. Better?
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Better? I don't know. That's
Because you're not
that's a
always
tough
gonna have the
question.
music.
Yeah. I spent 2 weeks.
It's
no, I
good
don't know.
for it to help
I
you,
think I spent 3
and
weeks
nothing's wrong with it. But
without music. to
it's
experiment.
just
Yeah.
logical that you just won't be able to do it without it because it stimulates you, which isn't a bad thing, but that's just the reality. Helps you. Well, you were telling a story, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say because this also happened recently too. I don't even know
Did
why
I
did
interrupt
that.
you?
Yeah.
Were you-
It's
No,
not.
I
no,
interrupted saying,
it was
"Don't you
something
dare
like
fucking."
It doesn't matter. It because I don't know why I'm only thinking this now, but I've been a trader for 6 months now, 7, something like that. Roughly 3 months ago,
Let's go.
dude. I was literally just watching fucking videos again and again and again, and it's this strategy A, strategy B, strategy C. I want more because I feel like if I know more, then I'm gonna be a better trader.
Right.
But it doesn't work like that, dude. Because I remember the first time I actually hopped on the charts live. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck is this doing, dude? Like it's going up, down, up. I don't know how to read this shit. This doesn't make any sense. I watch so many videos and I'm supposed to see pattern A, B, C. Why is it not coming up? And then you just get fluctuated, you get flustered. All of a sudden, what you're looking for isn't there and you don't know how to act because this is the first time you're actually there. But from that time, like for me sitting down, that's the real progress. That's the fucking stepping stone that I needed. Because then the day after, I would have a better idea of what I'm actually looking for. It's literally just watching the video, hopping off of it, saying, yes, I like this. Now let me go try it. Once you watch the first video, because you don't need to watch 1,000 fucking videos.
Yeah.
Just watch one that you agree with, and you're like, yep, I'm going to give it my all. Let me hop off, and then I'm going to go for it.
Exactly.
100%.
Because then when you watch A, B,
Might be
C,
in.
D, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
you forget everything but the recent one.
Exactly, yeah,
supposed to start
dude.
with A.
Uh-huh, that's facts.
That's another
And then
law
it's
of
so
human
many
nature.
different people telling you what to do. You're like,
Dude,
well,
that's
should
what
I
I
listen to
had to do.
him or him? Yeah, the same thing.
Like
with
when I
detailing,
watched
right?
all these detailing videos and stuff, what that guy did, what I had to do was I had to go back to the video before I did it, the detail, to remember it because I forgot it. It was
That's
just
why.
a
Yeah,
video.
that's why.
I
I
literally
me-
just
I
went
think
into
we
my
all.
mind.
I think we
Seriously,
right
yeah.
out.
That's why I mentioned there's so many different ways to get to 10. 1 plus 9, 2 plus 8.
Yeah.
Like,
Spoiler.
It doesn't really give away.
No,
but-
they don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
They have
think
no
I
idea.
think we all have saved the video. Say we will watch this later. I never watched it.
I'm
Oh,
so
it happened
guilty.
to me. Fuck, you
I'm
just-
so
It
guilty.
literally happened to me.
I'm
like,
so guilty.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah. I-
Screenshot a quote or some shit.
I'm guilty.
You think you're
too.
ever gonna look back at it? You don't.
You look back and you're like, oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one, guys. That changed my life.
I'm
Fuck.
on self improvement. This is it. Like
I was actually fucking mentally masturbating before you started the podcast.
How?
Wow. Yeah.
I couldn't wait to just get done this podcast.
That's
How is that?
But like, now I don't fucking know. Yeah, that
Like, what'd you feel? What'd you feel?
I just like I don't know. It's actually hard to do these podcasts. Like honestly, like before we get to before we start the cameras, I'm just like, oh, we have to talk for the next 30 minutes about a topic. It's kind of this like it's easy, but it's just like sometimes it's like I don't really want to like do it, but I have to. And it's like I just think about the end factor of it being posted. You know what I mean, that's like the
That's your like motivation kind of thing.
in a sense. I don't know. Anyways, right? But when you're going to learn, right? The thing is, you want to be what intentional. When you're going to learn strategies, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for what's gonna make me rich, dude. Break me out of the matrix.
But like, what are you looking for specifically? What
How
this
to
means?
do-
What this
yeah,
means?
how to do
when
it.
when I go to read a book, it's just like now, am I reading it because it's a good book? Am I reading it because I'm trying to learn a specific thing? Like, you have to be intentional with your actions, right? Why am I watching this YouTube video? Why am I watching this Andrew Tate podcast? Because it'll make me rich. No, it fucking won't, right? It's like I've watched so much of Tate's content and I'm broke. I've watched so much of Hamza's content and I'm broke. You know what I mean? It's just like,
But you're rich.
But it's the little steps.
Yeah.
Remember, it's
Yeah.
being stored.
Well,
Mental
Last
masturbation.
episode, yeah.
What?
Little habits stacks up.
Yes. Very true. Very true.
But you have to make sure you actually stack them up and not just, not have anything in your inventory because you can watch all those videos but not really stack up any type of knowledge. So best way I think would be when you watch videos especially, write it down. Write down what you learn. Or when you're reading a book, just write down, just take notes.
That's a great solution to the how. I think we should dive
Like
in a little bit
underline
into
them.
how we even solution. Like first
Right.
thing, and actually, what is it that you just what Fricker mentioned when after you read a book, don't highlight it as you go. Read like a passage, then write down notes after.
what you just learned.
Yeah.
Or,
So
or
instead of
that,
going
yeah.
along with it, do it after. So that's a better way to retain what you.
Or yeah, or you can just as you're going through highlight them, and then go back and look at those highlighted spots and just take notes on those.
yeah.
Or you figure out what works for you.
Or you
And
do,
apply
yeah.
Only
it.
through
Yeah.
experience. Only through experience.
But
Get out there. Take
I watched this
action.
video, Jordan Peterson. He was saying like how to like remember what you read, and he was like during my lectures, I tell my students not to take notes at all. Don't. He tells them not to take notes, and it says after go home and write down what you've learned. That's what he says.
Yeah. So
It's
he
like-
was teaching them how to get engaged.
Like
Through
just
the-
listen.
through
He
the
just
life
says just
simple.
listen. Just
Here's the
listen.
thing,
train the
when you
mind.
write your thoughts, writing shit down, writing your thoughts is 5 times. I swear to God, 5 times easier to remember things. Because when you're rethinking your thoughts, you're not only just doing that action, but you also have to contemplate everything that just occurred, and that way you remember it. If you know you're gonna have to write things down later about what you learned, you're gonna lock in while you're learning. First of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's just an unconscious thing. Same thing with this gratitude journal. Same thing with a lot of these practices. It's unconsciously makes you pay attention to things that you want to pay attention about.
Yeah. It's a good point. So I think that's what Jordan Peterson was training them for.
Yeah.
To be locked in and really listen.
Yeah, that's what he said. He just
'Cause if
wants
they're
them to
just
listen.
hearing their words, his words, and writing it down,
They're gonna
they're
miss
not-
something that
it's
he
like
says.
very hard
and
for
then-
them to really understand what he's trying to say. But you can do both ways. You can, go through a video and as you're watching the video, write down the notes and then go through the notes, go through what you wrote down because you pretty much wrote down what the video is about. So it works both ways. But try to mix it up because that's also training your mind.
Let's dive a little bit into how.
Yeah.
How can you avoid this trap? How can you get out of it? I think it starts with what I say literally every episode, which is just self-awareness, honesty.
I love
Who
that.
are you being honest to? Yourself. If you catch yourself watching these videos and scrolling repetitively, you gotta really question yourself, saying, where is this getting me? So self-awareness is
Or, like
number
why
one.
you're watching it in the first place. What are you looking for?
Yeah. Purpose
Self
definitely will help.
efficacy.
So number one, just be self-aware. More, be honest
Right.
with yourself. Number two,
Like, are you watching it for entertainment
Just-
or like
Mhm.
real
Just
knowledge?
get rid of. I say just get rid of the stimulation in general. Like,
I think what
say
he
just get rid
brought-
of fucking
Mike brought a
TikTok
good
or
point is
Instagram, man.
understand why you
Like-
want to read it.
Unless
but
you post videos and
Yeah.
stuff.
why?
yeah.
What do you want to get out of this? If you know what you want to get out of it ahead of time, you know when to get out.
being intentional.
yeah, that's a great point
It's
too.
like if I want to learn this from this book, and once you learn it, all right. I want to learn this about detailing. You learn it. You're not gonna fucking go in the next video. Okay, I know what I wanted to learn. I learned it. Beautiful. Out.
Another one is going to be this new rule I just developed. It's going to be called stick to one mentor, and everything he teaches, or
Single
one
task.
video. Yeah, one video, one single task, whatever it may be. Learn from one mentor, not 5 of them.
That's right, I love
Learn from one video, not 5 of them, just one, and then go and practice it. And if for God forbid, let's say that doesn't work out, then go watch another one. Just one more, not another couple fucking hundred like everyone else does.
Yeah,
Stick
that's
to
a
one.
good
I
point.
like.
I think it's a
this.
really good point because like you said, like especially
I
with,
think it's a good point.
yeah, facts, right?
Like you said.
So like we all have like people like mentors is really a really good thing. I'm glad you brought that up because I was writing down a list of like who my mentors are, who do I want to learn after, and I wrote down like 9 people. That's
Let's
a lot.
hear it.
That's a lot. What?
Let's hear it. Do you remember them all?
Yeah, it
At least
was.
most of them.
It was.
Can I try? Can I guess, please?
No.
Fuck you, man.
So-
No, I'm gonna guess. Let me guess.
What?
Let me guess who the 9 are.
I don't know if it was 9. It might-
All right, whatever.
it was a lot.
Peterson, Peterson, Huberman,
No.
Belmar,
No. Yes.
Belmar, Hamza,
Let him finish.
Belmar, Hamza, Peterson. No,
At the
Okay,
time,
okay,
he
okay,
wasn't like
okay, okay.
I considered a mentor.
Peterson, Hamza. I'm out of names. Fuck.
So
Luke
Belmar, he said-
Both
no.
Belmars.
He
Both
said no.
Belmars.
Yeah.
There's two.
Oh
Hamza.
yeah, he said no to Luke,
I
right?
would still say
Belmar?
no,
Tate.
I see. Yeah.
I say Tate.
Oh fuck.
What? No.
At
Yeah,
the time,
Tate.
well, when
No.
did you make this? All right.
A couple months ago.
Baki.
Let me.
Baki.
No. So, you know, it's, so as I was like, the point I was trying to make is like when you have so many mentors,
Mm-hmm.
they say different things. They say one thing, they say another thing. Like I don't know, like for example, like
Different
when I was looking
approaches.
through like Alex Hormozy's stuff like that, like
Oh,
he did like a
Hormozy's another
diet cookbook thing about he did like a diet thing, and he was just like he's like kind of that guy who's like a calories in calories out type of guy. He's not really there to like the quality of the food. He's just
Or
like,
like
trying to
carbs,
get the
fat.
protein.
Yeah, he just.
So, and I looked at that and I looked at other people. They were like, okay, food is not just fuel; it's a genetic code. It has certain benefits. Blah 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 blah. The quality of the food matters. And I'm just like, I'm looking at like these different mentors. Like, you just only stick to a couple of them. Personally,
I think 3 is already good.
3 is already
I don't
good.
know. I don't see the problem with one. Just one mentor
yeah,
that
no,
you truly
yeah,
agree with.
try to-
down at
No.
the
At
heart.
most, I think.
Oh,
3,
at
'cause
most,
you shouldn't
yeah,
go
maybe.
more.
Cut
than
it down
3.
as much as you can with
yeah,
mentors.
Yeah, that's the big one because 9 mentors would you're literally just a consumer. The actual
are.
goal is to become a creator, the person
Yeah.
that has the ability to put out this. But with 9 mentors and 9 different videos that you're watching on your detailing business or your trading strategy,
I think at that point
just
you're entertaining
consuming
yourself.
too much, man.
No.
I think you're also entertaining yourself at that point. From
Mhm.
9
You're a
people
fellow
saying
member
different
of,
things.
exactly.
You gotta be watching
That's
for fun.
entirely entertainment. It's just strictly consumption. There's no creation.
Exactly.
Like creating is what the end goal is. That's what's gonna get you to that freedom that you really want.
Yeah.
Actually,
I watch mostly only Jordan Peterson. Like he's the only guy I've really watched. That's it.
For trading, I watch only
a G.
ICT. Like
He's a G.
I watch me.
There you go. What
I
do you
like
watch
that.
about yourself?
he's
Our
his own
podcast?
mentor. Fuck.
Loyal
Fuck.
viewers.
Fuck.
Bros think big.
I watch me. I like.
Explain that, Josh. I feel like it could be true.
I just said that.
I'll explain. I watch me when I'm trading because I journal how each trade.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, I watch me. I'm
My
my own.
So you
mentor-
you
well,
I'm
you
my
write
own
down like
mentor.
what you did and all
My-
that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and then what to
mentor-
learn from
my
it. I
men-
give myself a grade on every trade, kind of like a report card. I'll give myself an A, B, C, or D,
I'll tell you who my
with the
love it.
exception of A plus.
Yeah, I think that's good.
My mentor is 85-year-old me, who's been through everything already. He's trying to lead me.
Your future self?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He knows what I don't.
You know
Right?
what's crazy you say that because I forget who I learned it from, but this guy was saying about he's like I think I learned it from a book. I fucking forget. But this guy he said sit down with yourself. Oh, it's from Brian Tracy. So what he said, sit down with yourself, right? And imagine close your eyes, picture in your head. You don't have to close your eyes. Okay, you can close your eyes, right? Picture yourself in a room on a table. Across from you is your future self. You and him, right? And then just ask him questions about your problems that you're facing right now and what will he say to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's across from you. Picture him. What he looks like. What does he thought? Like, what does he do? And ask him for advice. Ask him, like, okay, how
don't know the answer. I'm asking him right now.
he knows the answer.
How do I
It's gonna be something that you don't like for the most part.
Yeah.
So
So
Jordan Peterson says
it's so
that too.
like it's crazy because I know like in the Bible it says a lot that it's like look more within, look more
Right.
to God, look more within.
Exactly.
Because don't trust in yourself, trust in your higher intelligence.
Right. Trust in God.
Your future self, I would consider, is your higher intelligence, right?
Yeah.
It's in the future, your future thinking, right? It's the unconscious mind because it's like it sees your conscious mind, but your conscious mind doesn't see the unconscious mind. So it's like you know the answer. What are you looking for? And sit down with your future self and be like, listen, like how do I move forward? What do I have to do next? And he's just like, he just has to give you an answer, and in your head you'll know the answer.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson mentions that a lot too. He says that when you sit down with yourself and you ask yourself, what do you truly want? Or how can I fix this problem? How can I be more productive? You mostly get an answer from yourself that's honest, which is hard for you to do. Like the answer that you get that's a right answer is something that contradicts your beliefs for the most part, because that's the thing you really don't want to do, but it's the one that is necessary for you to do.
So
That's the tricky part for the most of the times.
to go around this, I actually maybe like 6 days ago from the self-work journal, not self-work,
Shadow.
shadow journal. I'm sorry. Gave me a task of mirror gazing. So for I put a
Mirror?
mirror gazing 8 minutes. Put a timer for 8 minutes. I just stared myself in the mirror.
Oh gosh.
Just 8
10
minutes.
minutes, just-
8 minutes. No phone. No nothing. All I did was look at myself. Facing yourself. I'm telling you, there was something psychologically that happened. I mean, I was just talking to myself, but
Do you have to eliminate
It's like-
thoughts at that moment? Just
no,
like
you're
that
supposed
stare?
to. You're supposed to thought.
Like what kind of
Think
thoughts?
Just to be with yourself.
I think, yeah.
Let the
would've
chaos
loved-
come out.
What?
Let all the chaos come out.
I would have
You hate
loved
the
to
way you
walk
look,
in on
what?
him doing that.
Cause
I
like
would really
What?
love to
you like
walk in.
walk in on him, he's just
He's
fucking
just-
just like
He's just
I
like,
was
with like
just
his
saying,
shirt fucking
no,
lifted
my
up a
thoughts-
little
He's
bit.
like fucking
My,
he's like,
No, my
why did
thoughts
you
were,
do
who are
this? Why didn't she
No, I was saying-
respond?
who's under you? What's behind the mask? I was saying that shit
Who are we
to
talking-
myself.
Dude,
in
you
the
need
mirror.
you need these conversations with
What?
yourself.
Yeah, what's behind the mask? What am I unconscious? Because like you said, the conscious doesn't know what's going on in the unconscious. So we all actually have our own mask that we don't even know. And usually the people that do know it are peers like your friends.
Yeah.
Because you unconsciously do an action that you don't understand you're doing,
That's
but
sick.
you see it. I don't. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes people can reveal your
people
true self
know
before
you
you.
more than you sometimes.
Sometimes it's
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah, it's great. I heard this thing. It's like
That's why you
your
have to be a
mind's like
student.
What? That's why you have
That's
to read the
exactly
laws
why
of
you have
human
to be-
nature.
your mind's like a muddy water. In order to see clearly, you have to stand still and let it settle. So it's like through all the
Be
chaos.
patient.
What, can you say again?
I
So
like
your
that.
mind's like muddy water. When you want to see
Muddy?
clearly,
Muddy what?
Muddy.
muddy water.
Okay.
So when you want to see clearly, you got to stand still and let it settle. So what you like when you sit down with yourself, I've done it before too. Literally just stared at myself in the fucking mirror, right? And you let all the chaos, let all the thoughts just like run rampant. That's like the mud, right? In the water, it's all like going around. But when you stand still and just let it all come out, it all comes down clearly. You can see clearly.
That's why meditation
And when that
is
shit
a good
happens,
practice for
mental
that.
masturbation goes down the fucking well.
Yeah.
Down the drain, maybe down the well. I don't know.
Down the drain.
well.
So what do you need? Self-awareness.
well.
You need more motivation too, because motivation's a good thing. In order to get more, take a cold shower. Cold showers are really good for increasing your motivation real quick,
Right.
or understanding your values, understanding your purpose.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things that you can.
yeah.
It's literally looking more within, and that's why you're mentally masturbating. That's why you don't know what it takes to actually get what you want, and do you actually want that thing that you want? You know what I mean? So it's good to look more within.
Absolutely.
And eliminate the feelings sometimes. I feel like that's a good thing. Because your feelings can lead you down a wrong path, in my opinion. Sometimes what you feel isn't what you need to do. It's like how I mentioned what Jordan Peters
Yeah,
said.
dude.
Like, you might feel like doing 10 reps, but you need to do 12.
If
know
you
what I mean?
always did what you feel, dude. If we always did what we feel,
You'd all
we would
be
be
an
in
inner
horrible
bitch.
fucking shape,
Right.
man.
Inner
like, 'cause,
bitch.
Like, this isn't to say not to
beginners-
listen to your body, and if you're like
Yeah,
fucking shake
yeah,
and don't
yeah.
push anymore, you might get hurt. But the idea is,
There's a healthy
sometimes you need to.
balance.
Yeah,
Don't
You
listen
gotta
to
edge
your
your
inner
comfort
bitch.
zone.
What?
You gotta edge your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Stop edging and edge your comfort zone.
Like
Right.
beginners that are trying to work out, they don't typically feel like going to the
What?
gym when they know they have to.
They
so,
have exactly.
but like you get sometimes you gotta do what you don't
Okay.
feel like doing. Like
Yeah.
in the mornings, dude, there are times where I don't feel like getting in that cold shower, because I'm just like.
But then you know you
But
need
the
to.
warm would be so nice, right? And
Exactly.
I'll feel so good. The cold shower is gonna make me feel so cold, but like it's good to just challenge yourself. We mentioned
And
this
then-
yesterday.
And then the interesting part is when you get out of the cold shower, you realize that's what you needed
Yeah,
to do.
for-
That's what you had to do,
For sure,
Which is- which is so interesting. Whenever you do the hard task, even though you didn't want to do it, you realize that was it. That's literally all you need to
For
do.
sure, dude. And you feel great doing it after.
You feel amazing. And
Yeah.
if you don't do it,
Because you're
then
more,
you
it's
realize,
more rewarding.
like, I should have done it.
You feel great doing it and after too. Is
Exactly.
what Huberman said. Because you
Yeah.
like while you're really in that moment, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm rocking
Yeah.
it.
And you're training yourself to
Exactly.
get the dopamine when you're in the shower, when you're doing the hard thing.
Yeah, because no one's coming to save you too. You gotta be there for yourself.
Yeah, let's go to that.
Because no one's gonna drag you to the gym. No one's
Yeah.
gonna drag you into the cold shower. You gotta drag
It's
yourself.
Strictly you versus you.
You really don't have
Strictly
anybody other
you
than
versus
yourself at the end of the day
Yeah.
to,
I
you know,
love
get you
how,
to where you want to go.
I love how I think you said it last episode. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you, man?
Exactly. Like a lot of the times people say, success is a lonely path. Like I saw Tony said it, but you see that's so controversial because you can take it in so many ways. But look at it from this perspective. really means in this scenario is you have to push yourself. Nobody else will.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either look at it from that perspective or say, if you want to go far, you have to go with a team. If you want to go short, you got to go alone. It's like, you can look at it from both perspectives. It's about how you train your mind to see things.
It's a
Because
perspective.
I feel like,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many good examples you can take and look at each one from a different perspective. And all those different perspective is going to add up to something at the end of the day, which is you just, pushing yourself to your limits.
Like you could theoretically say, like as corny as it may sound, it's me, myself, and I, right? Like
Right.
that's not only. It might
Yeah,
all be the
it's
same
not even
person,
corny
but
at
that
all.
one person is.
It
What is?
depends on which perspective you're looking at it from. If you're looking at it from, oh yeah, I'm just for myself and I don't give a fuck about others, of course it can be a bad thing. But if you just say, at the end of the day, I gotta push myself to do something. I gotta be here for myself. I gotta be present for myself because I know other people won't care as much as I will for myself. And it's motivational on both sides.
Think of future you
Yeah.
that you're sitting across the table with your eyes closed. I mean, think of them. Not only are you asking them questions, but also them thanking you for putting in the work you
Right.
needed to at that moment.
Exactly.
You know, it's crazy. Like I did the future self thing, and I was driving. Yeah. So I was driving right. Yeah, hold on, right? Listen to me. My eyes were open. I was imagining this, right? So I did this. Like I'm like an overthinker a lot. Like I try to what's the right way to do things? Like I try to go in prepared and stuff like that. But sometimes that can be a detriment. And so I said that I was driving to work and I was talking to my future self. I was just like what's next? Like how do I what should I do to keep forward? And he laughed at me. He literally just. I imagine him laughing at me. But it's not in a ha he's like I asked a stupid question almost.
Like ignorant question.
Yeah, he laughed at me as just bro, just take one step at a time. That's what I got from him. You have to really take one step at a time and not be so far ahead in your mind. You know what I mean? Be future think, but don't be so far ahead because what really matters is the moment right here, the moments that you take right now. That's what he said to me, and I was just like, "You're fucking smart as shit." Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's great. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Quote of the fucking day.
Think like a man of action and act like a man of thought. This is by Henry Bergson. Why did I scream out the word act? Because you need to act.
Yeah.
Get out of the trap.
That's not the point of the quote, Sasha.
But what does this really mean?
Interpret, bro.
Think like a
Yeah,
man
me-
of action.
Me and Mike were like, fuck.
Yeah.
I want to see Sasha. Come on, Sasha.
Try to interpret
You
it.
asked it.
All right, think like a man of action and act like a man of thought. So, let's see. What would think like a man of action? You have to think as the person that would actually act like. That's why you need to think like him. What is that person? What is that man of action actually gonna do? How's he gonna think? Right? Act like a man of thought. Well, let's think. What are my thoughts? I want to be here, so I have to act like it.
Being intentional.
I want to be there, so I have to act like it. How did I do?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all interpretations. We don't know the answer.
Well, I
But
feel
there's
there could
gotta
be
be
a
a
way
way
out.
Henry knows.
Yeah.
Henry knows.
What did
Henry with an I.
Who
Apparently
is
not.
who is
Henry
Henry
knows.
Bergson?
I don't know.
I don't know. I found the quote online.
Yeah.
But I looked at it. I
Seems
was
like
like,
a
ah,
wise man writing.
think
that
like a
quote.
man of
Yeah.
action, act like a man of
That
thought.
is hard though. That is a hard.
So be a thoughtful person, and
Be intentional
and
with how
then
you
that,
act.
that thoughtful person will act and take action like a
Mhm.
man.
Be the man who takes action and be intentional with the way you act by thinking.
Exactly.
I'm
Shut
not
up.
really.
I got it.
Everything.
Okay. Everything is always impossible until someone does it. And this quote intertwines with another quote that goes like this. There are infinitely many ways to get to 10. 9 plus 1, 11 minus 1, 5 times 2, even 100 divided by 10, 1,000 minus 990, etc. These intertwine because in order to achieve something labeled impossible, you have to take a route, or go on a journey that is different from others. Take that different route to get to 10 and show that nothing is impossible. A lot of people are misled into thinking there's 1, 2, maximum 3 ways to get to their goals. And once that fails, they give up. Well, great pod, boys. Happy New Year. As you can tell, this was around.
Who's
New
it
Year's.
by?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's like the most important thing, because this shout out really resonates.
Shout out
with-
to my boy Sutton. I know his name. I don't know the.
Oh,
on
this
YouTube.
is Sut-
YouTube,
This
yeah.
is Sut-
Yeah,
really?
This is Sutton. That's the guy
Say
that
his
you
name.
Oh
met.
my god!
Yes.
All love, all
Say
love,
his name.
dude. This
This
is
is such a
fucking
good
great.
comment.
No, I really love this comment because like this is literally what this episode is
Say-
fucking
say-
about.
Say his name.
Sotsune. Sotsune?
Sutton, yeah.
That's
Sotsune.
good. That was
yeah.
good.
Doesn't it? Yeah, like this is literally exactly like because you heard me hinting at it and during the episode. There's so many ways to get to 10. What these 9 mentors are telling you, you might be the 10th.
Yeah, one is telling you 9 plus 1, the other is telling you 11 minus 1. And that's what makes the bubble so difficult is you hear so many different routes. What the fuck do I choose?
And
I
you'll never know
choose-
until you go for
You'll
it.
never know until you figure it out. Ain't no fucking Andrew Tate gonna figure it out for you.
Facts.
We ain't gonna figure it out. We can give you
Facts.
help.
You gotta
We
figure
can
everything.
lead you, but you gotta fucking finish that.
You got to take
like-
the steps.
It's like we just gave you, like we just dribbled past the whole defense, and we laid you up for a layup. Are you gonna make it or not? It's your
We
call.
threw him the alley oop.
We threw him the
The
alley.
ball's in your hands. What are you gonna do with it?
Uh,
Yeah, we'll find
and
out.
dude, he
Well, if you
recently
click out
po-
this video and do nothing, I'll tell you what, so you're gonna miss.
And what is it that you wanted to say
What?
before? What is it that you wanted to say before? You could at this point in time, you're either laughing in recognition, or
Well, it was like.
oh, was it
Well,
not?
that was supposed to be in the beginning.
That doesn't matter.
Well,
All right, fucking
it
scratch
doesn't matter.
that then.
Yeah, well,
Whatever.
scratch you.
Okay.
No,
Get
that
fuck
could
me,
actually,
right?
dude.
Oh,
I feel like that could
one.
actually work if you remember what it was.
Well, I do
It
remember.
says,
right now, you're either laughing at this mental masturbation, or
In recognition.
you are
in
rec-
recognition.
You're in recognition, and it's like, oh yeah, that happened to me. I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was such a good thing to bring it up. I don't know what this guy.
I thought it was good in the
He's a
beginning
fucking
because
idiot. That's
people
fine.
they know what mental masturbation is now. They ain't laughing. Who the hell laughing?
Well, so,
now?
you never know. Some of
Regardless.
them are still taking it
Yeah.
on serious. I just
Yeah.
wanted to mention about this guy.
Yeah.
He recently posted a picture of his physique.
Oh, all did.
Dude,
yep.
that
I checked that out,
transformation-
liked it and
that's-
everything.
exactly.
Goat.
I know that guy for a long time, and I know he was like a little chubby, overweight,
Mm.
whatever. He would always he would train and then quit, like get demotivated, go back to whatever. Then he would try again, but fail. But dude, eventually he actually he's in a good shape right now. He can do better, obviously, but I feel like he reached that peak where he wanted to be, but now it's just up from there. And I know that he's been watching our videos, so that just gives me hope that we are
We're gonna
doing
have to-
something. Yeah,
That and hey, you might have to hop on.
exactly.
So tonight, you're not seeing this right now. It's too late. But this Tuesday, you and I are going to be having a conversation during economics.
Yeah,
So I'll see you then.
yeah, dude, you should actually come on our podcast.
For sure.
That would be fine.
I'll talk to them this Tuesday.
Yeah. All right, Ben.
With that being said, guys, right?
Yeah.
Think big,
Think big,
grow
grow
big.
big.
Grow big. Peace.